Alright everybody, welcome to some Pokemon Sapphire. It is I, Xilestar, and today we're just gonna finish this pretty much. Hi, my name is Verge, everybody calls me a Pokemon Professor. This is what we call a Pokemon. Oh my god, it's a Zurill! Anyway, this world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon at times as friendly playmates, and at times as cooperative workmates. I thought it was gonna say corporate, I was like, what? And sometimes we band together and battle others like us. But despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are? Are you a boy or a girl? Boy. Alright, what's your name? Can I put Xilestar? No, I have to put Drathis? Okay, that's not that bad. I don't mind putting Drathis for now, it's fine. Oh wow, it's just perfect. Thank you, game. Wow. So it's Drathis. Yes, it is. Can't put Xilestar because I need an extra letter. Anyway. Okay. So you're Drathis, who's moving to my hometown of Littleroot. I get it now. Yep. Alright, are you ready? Your very own adventure is about to unfold. Take courage and leap into the world of Pokemon, where dreams, adventure, and friendships await. Well, I'll be expecting you later. Come see me in my Pokemon lab. Yay! Oh. Yay! Mom! Drathis, we're here, honey. It must be tiring riding with our things in the moving truck. Yeah, why was I in there? Anyway, well, this is Littleroot Town. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feeling, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? And you get your own room, Drathis. Let's go inside. Yay! Room mine. See, Drathis, isn't it nice in here too? The movers Pokemon do all the work of moving us in and cleaning up after. This is so convenient. Drathis, your room is upstairs. Go check it out, dear. Dad bought you a new clock to mark our move here. Dad! Anyway, don't forget to set it. First. Bloop. Bloop. And yeah, let's go, Goofy. Perfect. Anyway, I don't even know what I set it for Ruby was. Clock a stop. Better set it. It is AM. It is close to blah blah blah. Oh, now what I want. It's about. Okay, so it's about. Come on. Come on, clock. Change. Give me 7:10. Does that have to be exact? No. I always like to do that, though. At least for the first time. Second time, usually I just don't care. I just click A. I'm hoping that's enough. Drathis, how do you like your new room? Good, everything's put away neatly. I didn't do anything, Mom. I just set the clock. They finished moving everything in downstairs, too. Pokemon movers are so convenient. They sure are. Oh, you should make sure that everything is all there on your desk. Can I take the potion? Potion! Mine! There we go. Okay, so I'll talk about, like, how we're gonna do this, when we get to the, to the Mudkip kind of thing, and I'll talk about it. Oh my god, Mom! Oh, Drathis, quick, come quickly! Is it Dad? Look, it's Petalburg Gym. Maybe Dad will be on. We brought you this report from in front of Petalburg Gym. Oh, it's over. I think Dad was on, but we missed him. Too bad. You make it sound like you don't get to see your father anymore. It's like, what? Oh yes, one of Dad's friends lives in town. I think Professor Birch is his name. He lives right next door, so you should go over and introduce yourself. I will, Mom. I'll tell him that I'm gonna be a Pokemon master so he can laugh at me. Ha 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 ha. Hi. Oh, hello, and you are? That's not who I am. Oh, you're Drathis, our next door neighbor. Hi, how did you know? Are you psychic? Oh no, we're dealing with psychic trainers. Anyway, we have a daughter. Oh, I thought I read it fast before I even, like, I looked at it fast before reading it. So I thought it said, we have your daughter. I was like, what? We have your daughter. We have a daughter about the same age as you. Her daughter was excited about making a new friend. Her daughter's upstairs, I think. You think? Neglect. Ugh. Hi. Your mother doesn't know that you're up here. Pokemon fully restored, items ready, and... Huh? Huh? Who are you? That's not who I am. Oh, you're Drathis. They're all psychic. So your move was today. I'm May. Glad to meet you. I have this dream of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. I heard about you, Drathis, from my dad, Professor Birch. I was hoping that you would be nice. Nope. Drathis, and that we could be friends. Nope. Oh, this is silly, isn't it? I've just met you, Drathis. Hehehehe. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to go help Dad catch some wild Pokemon. Drathis, I'll catch you later. I have a question. Where is May during the entire, like, part of the beginning? Because she's not there. Because she's not up here. And this guy goes, I can hear someone shouting down the road here. What should I do? What should we do? Somebody has to go get help. I'm curious. Is May in the professor lab, maybe? I've never actually checked. No, May's not in here. Because she's not in our house. That wouldn't make any sense. And she just left her house, so I'm guessing she would be up here. Help me! Don't just stand there, you kid! Hello, you over there, please help! In my bag, there's a Pokeball! No. Where are you going? Don't leave me like this! Nope. Mudkip! Are we gonna have a cool name, or are we just gonna have a basic, generic name? I'm sorry I have to phrase it like that, but that's actually what it is. Put up the... Here, okay. It's one of these. Yeah. Is it this one, or is it the other one? Let's see here. Oh, it's the cool name. Yeah. No, that's not it. Yeah. Cool name. Alright. Alright, Mudkip, tackle. Aha. Ha, you missed. Tackle. Finish it off, Mudkip. Whew. I was in the tall grass studying wild Pokemon when I was jumped. Poochyena. It's kind of funny because Poochyena is a dark type. I'm just gonna let that sink in there. Anyway, you saved me. Thanks a lot. Oh? Hi, you're Drathis. This is not the place to chat. So come by my Pokemon lab later, okay? So Drathis, I've heard so much about you from your father. I've heard that you don't have your own Pokemon yet. See? So this is where I think your encounter happens. Or where you get it, but the way you battled earlier, you pulled it off like a plum. I don't know what that means. I guess you have your father's blood in your veins after all. Ah, yes. As thanks for rescuing me, I'd like you to have the Pokemon you used earlier. We received the Mudkip. Okay? We received it now. Not in the route. We used it in the route, but we didn't properly obtain it until we reached the professor's lab. Now, if there's an encounter for inside the professor's lab, I'd prefer that, but we're not going to go count that. We're just going to say Little Root. Anyway, while you're at it, why not give a nickname to that Mudkip? Yes, we will. So, I'm hoping it didn't change genders. I can't tell. I think it's in the future games to actually keep the color. I don't know the symbols off the top of my head. So, this is what I'm going to be naming it. if it's still male. If not, I'll change it to male because that's what it deserves. Because that's the whole reason why I picked this one. So this is Dalikos, Crafter of Wonders. I like the name Dalikos. It sounds very funny to say. And it's cool. So we're gonna name it Dalikos. Anyway, let's go read what Dalikos can do in Magic, because I do that. And then we'll talk about how we're gonna do the future stuff for the series. Anyway, so Dalikos has the ability that you can tap it at any point, and you can add 2 colorless mana. Okay? Just gonna put the thing here. Yeah, so 2 colorless mana. So spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. So that's pretty cool. And equipped creatures you control have flying and haste. So if you equip them with an artifact or just an item of some kind of thing, they get to have flying and haste. So you don't need to have an artifact that does that. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off because this program does really weird things. Okay, so here's what I was gonna name it beforehand. If it was a female. You'll notice that they're legendary creatures. It just happened to be that way. So this is what I was going to name it if the Mudkip was indeed female. Oh, I can't drink it anymore? Okay. So Kiora the Rising Tide doesn't have to be this one. It can be one of the Planeswalkers, but I chose this one because I was searching for creatures, not Planeswalkers. Anyway, so when this card enters the battlefield, it's weird that it just says Kiora. It doesn't say like Kiora the Rising Tide enters the battlefield. So I wonder if this procs if you summon one of the Planeswalkers. I might want to do some research on that. Anyway, you get to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. So you draw 2, discard 2. So pretty much you get to sort of refresh your hand a little bit. I have a Yu-Gi-Oh card that I use typically on some of my decks that does this exact same thing, except for it's draw 1, then discard 1. So this one just gives you an extra chance to do that. So Threshold. So whenever this card attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may create a Scion of the Deep, a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature token. So you get to get a cool, very strong token. And it's only just when this attacks. And you have to have 8 cards in your grave. It's not too bad. Alright, so Dalikos it is. If you work at Pokemon and gain experience, I think you'll make a darn good trainer. My kid, May, is out on Route 103 studying Pokemon. Might not be a bad idea for you to go see May. What do you think? Sure. Great. May should be happy too. Get May to teach you what it means to be a trainer. Okay, so I have a question about Route 1. But mainly is because I don't want to do too much in terms of problems. So you are the one that I think I needed, right? 4? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be trying to be a little bit more conscious with the EVs, right? So we just defeated a Poochyena, which gives us 1 attack EV. So let's see what nature we got, actually. I'm curious. I don't care about the nature nearly as much. Naughty. All right, that's interesting. Let's see how good that is in terms of natures. Nature. Pokemon, because apparently I'd never searched it, which I thought I did. Okay. Naughty increases attack but decreases special attack. That's okay. That's good. I would have preferred, I think, Brave, Brave or just Adamant, I mean, would be pretty good. I think Swampert is slow, or naturally slow. Isn't that correct, or am I wrong? Yeah, 60 base speed. Yeah, you're not going to get much out of that, though. But even if I would have just went for just negative special attack. No, Brave would be better. Shoot, Brave would be better, actually. I was going to say Adamant would be better, but no, because of how just because how this game works. No! So this is actually the best ideal thing. So Naughty does decreases my special defense. So let's hope I get at least the maximum special defense in terms of IVs, or at least decent. I'm hoping at least in the high 20s would be pretty good. I would love high 20s. Okay, what was the route's name? 101? Come on. 101, okay. I want to see if Route 101 in Sapphire actually has something. Hold on. My Kip. Get it at first partner Pokemon, Route 101. You do. You have a 10% chance. And I think the idea is to go up to Oldale Town to go to Route 103. That's because Poochyena turns from a 10% to a 30% chance, which is better. But I mean, if I find a Poochyena, I'm going to fight it. And am I only going to fight Poochyenas? Yes. I'm going to try and work on it, though. And then I think Wingull and Zigzagoon are... And the Zigzagoon's speed. Yes. Is Wingull also speed? It is. Okay. I mean, speed can be helpful, though. The only thing is that, like, I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how everything's going to work, because obviously I just started the save, right? So obviously I couldn't go do the whole egg thing yet. So this is how it's going to work, okay? So during the next session, you will see every Pokemon, apart from the legendaries, okay, are in egg form, okay? They're going to be in eggs. Now, what's going to happen is that if I want to go and use that Pokemon, so let's say I want to use my Route 103 encounter, I have to catch the same Pokemon. Okay, I have to catch the same Pokemon. So in Route 103, let's say I caught Wingull. I caught a Wingull. So what I have to do is I have to go and catch a Wingull from this route and hope I get the same Wingull. Not in terms of level, obviously, but I have to get a Wingull, right? I have to catch it. And then once I catch it, here is where I don't know if we should do it this way or not. Because mostly it's the name. It's not really anything else. But what I'm thinking of doing is that what we can do is when we catch the Pokemon, what I can do is I can move the IVs that are from the new one over to the old, depending on which is better, right? And obviously we can obviously, I'll keep both Pokemon, obviously. I'll keep both of them. I'll keep the one that we caught and the one that we just use, like the egg, obviously, but I already have the egg's values. And what we'll do is that we'll just say, hey, you know what? Which one is better, right? So May has Trico, so I should probably see what Trico gives. Player chooses Mudkip. What do you give? You give speed. I mean, it's speed's not terrible, and plus 1 is not going to do anything. Yeah, like it's not going to affect much of anything. And no, am I going to EV train until I'm at 255? No. All I'm doing is I'm just trying to see like what I can get a hold of before the May fight. I'm going to do as much as I can before the May fight. I'm hoping we can get to at least level 7 before the fight, and then we can take care of it. But yeah, so the reason why I'm not going to do legendaries is because, first of all, they can't be eggs. They're legendaries. Second of all, we're just going to have a rule that I can't use the legendaries until I encounter them. Unless they're the laddies, then obviously I have to literally catch them. So for the Regice, Registeel, and Regirock, if I want to use them, I have to literally face them. I don't have to catch them, because I've already caught them. But if I want to catch them, I can, right? But I have to at least fight them, though. So if I want to use Regirock, I have to fight Regirock, either defeat it or catch it. And then if I catch it, I can see like what our original Regirock's IVs are, and see what the new ones is, and see if which one I like more. Like pick and choose like the stats kind of thing. And you can say this is considered cheating. However, I'm going to say this though. Both of them were legitimate encounters. One was from Ruby, the other one was from Sapphire. The only thing I'm doing is I'm just seeing which stats from that original total that it gave me is which one do I like more. Do I like what I gained from Sapphire? Because obviously if I like the one from Sapphire, then I'm gonna like it. But I want everything to have the egg status though. Obviously in Ruby it didn't really matter because only Zergo had it, but in this game I kind of want everybody to have it. So we're gonna do that. And I think it's much easier to, I don't want to say it's easier to edit. It's much easier for the game to accept it if it's from an egg. If that makes sense. Like as long as you do the whole IV and all that stuff total, like as long as you make all that as clear into the vanilla as much as possible, it didn't give me much of an issue with Zergo. Like as long as I made it like clarify that, oh yeah, these are all the vanilla values that I had, it just looked at it, I went, okay. It didn't bat an eye, it didn't tell me anything. So that means though that some of our encounters, like the Bagon, however you want to pronounce it, is pretty much in order for us to get that encounter, we have to wait till the end of the game. And then for Trapinch, we get it right after the Lava Ridge town. And obviously we're going to be using Mudkip. Now, if you do not remember the rules, or the original rules, in order for me to use Zergo, I have to put Dalikos here into the PC box. That's how that works. Because I can only use one Pokemon from a route at any given time. Even if I catch all the Pokemon from a route, I can only use one from a route. And because this one will be an egg from Little Root Town, because I believe that should have been the encounter, that makes sense to me. And we're going to do that. Alright, so I think we're good. We're level 7. We only took a little bit of damage. We should be fine. If this is a Poochyena, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a level 2 one. That's actually really good. And then I'll spend some time off screen, you know, like farming the Poochyenas kind of thing. I won't go too overboard with it. If anything, I'll make sure that we're geared towards like a certain level. Like maybe I'll gear us towards like level 9 or something like that. I'll gear us towards the level cap, if that makes sense. Let's see, the Pokemon found on Route 103 include, well, I can tell you this. It's Wingull, Zigzagoon, and Poochyena. Unless we're counting the fishing. Then it would probably be Magikarp until you hit the Super Rod, and then I don't know what that would be. Maybe still Magikarp. And Surfing would probably just be Tentacle. Oh, hi, Drathis. Did you know that you said all the Pokemon that are spawning here? Yeah! Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. My dad gave you a Pokemon as a gift. Since we're here, let's have a quick battle. I'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is like. Sure. Hi, May. Critical. Dalikos. Or Dalikos. Tackle. Uh-oh, it decreased my defense. I really did expect it to be faster than me. Ooh, 4 damage. But we win. Even with a crit, I don't think Trico would have taken us out. There we go, we got to level 8. Wow, that's great. Drathis, you're pretty good. Thank you. Alright, I think I know why my dad has an eye out for you now. I mean, you just got that Pokemon, but it already likes you. I've been training it to raise its attack. Of course it likes me. It's like, wow, you really care about my strength. It's like, yes, I do. It's like, wow, I want to be your friend. Okay, can I actually just see... No, I want to see the route. Okay, what for the trainer? Okay. No! Not all of them have what I'm looking for. Okay. Hey, what's Wurmple? Wait, if Wurmple's HP? Oh! Wurmple's HP! That's awesome. I'm thinking maybe full HP, full attack might be the best option. Maybe a little bit of speed, maybe. Might be able to befriend any kind of Pokemon easily. Well, let's head back to the lab. No, I can get Lotad, but I have to go with the routes though. I'm so sad. Drathis over here. Let's hurry home. Can I face one Wurmple? Can I just get like one healthy EV? It's not going to do anything, but I just want one health EV. Aw, you stink, Zigzagoon. I don't want you. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I think this is where I got my Zigzagoon encounter anyway. This is where I got Hugs Bellow. Yeah, let's increase our health EV stat by 1. Tackle. Oh, I would do more than that. Oh, tackle again. Yeah! Should give me some decent experience. And technically, if I really wanted to, this would be the part where I'd be like, okay, I'm going to be right back after a few hours of grinding. Which isn't happening. Because that would be way too long. And plus, that's not fun at all. I'll just keep an eye on I'll just have to keep track of how many EVs I get a hold of. Which I won't be doing. I'll just use PKX for that, just to get an idea of it. But yeah. Oh, hi, Drathis. I heard you beat May on your first try. That's excellent. May's been helping with my research for a long time. May has an extensive history as a trainer already. What? That's weird. Anyway. Here, Drathis, I ordered this for my research, but I think you should have this Pokedex. Cool. Anyway, the Pokedex is a high-tech tool that automatically makes a record of any Pokemon you meet or catch. My kid May goes everywhere with it. Whenever my kid catches a rare Pokemon and records its data in the Pokedex, why, May looks for me while I'm out. What? While I'm out doing fieldwork and shows me. I'm confused. Oh wow, Drathis, you got a Pokedex too. That's great, just like me. I've got something for you too. I gained a Pokeball. Hey. It's funny if you can get a lot of Pokemon. I'm going to look all over the place because I want different Pokemon. If I find any cute Pokemon, I'll catch them with Pokeballs. Okay. Alright, so I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'll probably just like go in EV train. Wait, Drathis. How dare you walk around that other house in order to avoid your mother? Drathis, did you introduce yourself to Professor Birch? Oh, what a wonderful Pokemon. What an adorable Pokemon, sorry. You got it from Professor Birch? How nice. You're your father's child, alright. You look good together with Pokemon. Here, honey, if you're going out on an adventure, wear these running shoes. They'll put a zip in your step. Yay! I think I'll probably just end health at 192 and just go straight for speed for the last 66, I think, or something like that. But I want to make sure that I get attack first at 252. And 252 is not the limit in these games as it is in the modern games. But the last amount of stats you get is at 252. The actual cap is 255, but why would you put an extra 3 in something you can't use, right? Try this. Those shoes came with instructions. Press the B button while wearing running shoes to run extra fast. Slip on these running shoes and race in the great outdoors. Think that you have your very own Pokemon now. Your father will be overjoyed. But please be careful. If anything happens, you can come home. Go on, go get them, honey. Sure. Sure, Mom. We're gonna go and beat up a bunch of Poochyena and Wurmples. And then we're gonna have a very good time. Would you look at that? A Wurmple! About to go down with a tackle. So I think I'll spend this time just doing this. What I'll probably end up doing, because I know this is gonna happen. I just know this is gonna happen. So here's what I'm gonna do. Just for the sake, to make sure the game stays fair for us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the Mudkip doesn't stay too high level because of the stats. Okay? Because if I want to go, like, let's say 252 in attack, 192 in health, and 66 in speed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an XP cap. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grind the Mudkip to whatever amounts to those EV totals. So when I get the 252 attack, whenever I get the 192 speed and whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize a level cap for the Mudkip, and just the Mudkip. So just Dalakos will have this level cap. And the reason why I'm going to implement this level cap is mostly just so that way, though, Dalakos is not going to be like level 60 with all perfect EVs that I need, right? And it's just going to start smacking everything in like one hit kind of thing. We're still going to go and struggle a little bit. The only thing I'm going to do is whatever that XP that I have, I'm going to keep a text document of what that XP that Dalakos should have gained is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start whittling it down every time we beat a gym leader. So that way, though, Dalakos will always be at the level cap he should be at that given time. So let's say we beat Roxanne, whose level is 15. Then obviously, we're going to try and put down as much of the experience as we can to make sure that Dalakos is level 15. And then whatever we add, so let's say we add 3,000 experience, we take 3,000 experience from what we've banked from before. I remember playing a Pokemon game that actually has this as a feature. And I think that it's a wonderful feature. Because not only does it implement level caps, but it also makes it so, though, like that experience that would have been lost is actually saved and is used the next time you can gain experience, which is usually after you beat the next gym. Then you gain access to those levels, right? So we'll spend this time just trying to do this, because I think that it's just going to make sense. I don't want to work on speed. I regretted doing that when I think I was working on Brina. Yeah, I think when I was working on Brina, I think I was regretting it. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Speed, health, attack. I think Tailo is speed as well. I'll double check. I could just not cap it and just be close to it. Yeah, Tailo is speed as well. Not even a duel of attack and speed. Yeah, so speed, health, attack, speed. Yeah, so I could definitely do it that way. I mean, it's fun if I hit the Wingull. fine if I hit the Wingle. It's fine if I take down like a couple Wingles here and there because I forget that I'm not actually working on that. But yeah. As long as I mainly focus on the Poochyena, we're good. So yeah, so I'll work on this as well as getting all of the eggs at the very least. That will be my main goal for tonight, pretty much. Or after this recording, I'll pretty much work on that. And then when I get a chance, I'll just do the whole banking experience idea. Then I'll get an idea as to how much experience we've gained. Obviously, the time will be what it should be at. So if it took me, let's say, 10 hours to do, that's exactly what it took me. It took me 10 hours. But yeah, but if I choose, but because I'll do most of the stuff off screen. If I decide to speed it up, that's on me. But the only reason why I sped it up is because I don't want to deal with it nearly as much. I don't want to sit here just to keep on doing this and then I get, oh hey, another Wingull shows up. Oh, 6 seconds. Same point. They both give you speed EVs. Like, I don't want to deal with that, so speed up is fine. But yeah, so I'll mostly work on this off screen though, but just for now, let's just enjoy chill time. Chill time doing this. Running away from Zagoons stuff. Yeah. I wish there was like a grass that was always guaranteed to give you Poochyena, because I'd definitely go there, but yeah, because even if I go to the next area, while the Poochyena are higher level, they're only 15%. Actually, what does Lotad drop in terms of EVs? Maybe it's useful. Ooh, special defense. Hold up. I have 2 speed EVs, right? I'm wondering if I should just take down Lotads. Because special defense would be very useful, especially since I have the 10% drop. So making sure that my special defense is as tipped off as much as possible is actually a really good idea. Now I'm just thinking a special defense would be better than just having speed. I just don't want to be outsped by something that can one-shot me. Because I know for a fact, though, that Trico is going to be a threat later on if I can't outspeed it. So I'm thinking speed would be better, but I would probably choose special defense if possible. Wait. Okay. If I go with special defense, I can probably... No, because it's still 4 times. It's still 4 times effectiveness. There's no way I can survive with 4 times effectiveness plus stab. If it was stab, maybe. If it was 2 times with stab, maybe. But 4 times, I don't think so. Even if it was just 4 times, I might not be able to survive this. Depending on what my IVs are. Actually, you know what? Let's go take a look at that. I want to see how far I've gone anyway in terms of the EVs anyway. I know it's not a lot. But, you know, just seeing it just capitalizes on it. Like, it just shows you how far you've gotten with it. So let's just go and tackle. Tackle again. And let's just see. Let's just see what we got here. Let's see what we're cooking with. Pretty much. Alright. And maybe I'll do the whole egg thing right now. I'll just show you what I did. Alright, so I'm going to go pause and I'm going to be right back once we get there. Okay, so here's what we got here. So this is Dalikos, as we can see here. So our friendship is pretty good. Okay, that's nice. So here's all you need to do. Go to here. Go to data. I go to Pokemon database. Oh, no, wait, no, wait, hold on. Let me go here. Okay, Let's see here. Data? No, what was it? Encounter database. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Species. We're looking for Mudkip. Mudkip. Search. Okay. Emerald, fire red, leaf green, ruby, sapphire. View. So that's the one we're viewing onto the side now. And then we paste it here. I'm going to view this one, and I'm going to set it here so that I can see both of them, right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab Dalicos. We're going to view this one. I'm going to paste its name there. Okay, perfect. Now, we are going to copy this experience total. So 94 is that. View. So I'm going to paste this here. So as you can see, oh wait, it's nicknamed. Oh, I didn't save it. That's right. Okay, hold on. Set. Dalicos. 94. Okay. So Dalicos and then 94. Okay, so far it's been saved there. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at this. Take a look at the IV. Wrong one. Okay, met. Level 5. I'm surprised that this one still works. So met level 5. Expected 0. Okay, well that's weird. Okay. Okay. I mean, if you say so. All right, so let's see. Can I have this one? Can I have this one? That's actually pretty good. All right, let's see here. Yeah, can I have this one? That's fine. It's fine. All right. I mean, I don't like the attack, but that's okay. So health is that. 1 is that. 3. 18. 18. 11. Ew, it's not very good. And then 3. Yeah, I don't like that, but that's okay. So 5 health EVs. We also have 9 attack and 2 speed. There we go. So as you can see, it still says it's legal, so that's good. See, this is what I mean, though. I can even change this to 31, and it'll just be fine. That's how easy it is. Like, it just doesn't care. But it gives me an easier time if it's an egg than if it wasn't an egg. Which is funny. But anyway. So let's see here. So we go to moves. And I just got to add Mud Slap. And now I can see like all the moves that I can learn. But Mud Slap. And this could be the one cheeky thing that I could do. I'm not going to do. So these two are identical, except for this one says it comes from an egg in Little Root Town. This one says it's a static encounter from Route 101. But they're both identical in any way, shape, or form. Except for... yeah, except for this. Anyway. So we're going to go and copy this. We're going to view it. We're going to paste it here. We're going to delete the original because we don't need the original. We have our egg version. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to keep this one somewhere. Yeah, just save it there. It's fine. There you go. Now I'm going to delete it. Now all you got to do is export the save to the Pokemon save. Yep, there we go. There we go. So yeah. So pretty much, this is our new one. So pretty much the only thing I did is that I just told it, hey, heal the PP of this. That's it. So nothing different. Yeah, nothing in the cosmetics or anything like that. Nothing in here. This is just all the extra like character trainer things and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's it. Nothing really too much else. Can I want to see this because this is just more from my perspective. I want to see. Can I change the nature into something and it'll just accept it? Okay. Good to know. It'll just accept it. And can I just like... I can also make it shiny too. That's actually kind of funny. That's adorable. Anyway, we'll just leave it like that. All right. So if I did everything correctly, I will be right back, and then we'll see if I did it all correctly. We should have the egg, and it should be fine. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so the encounter is wrong, but that's an easy fix. I can literally show you that's such an easy fix. So hold on, let me just load up PKX again. Let's just turn that off. We don't need to hear the game. Psst, we don't need to hear the game. We just need to... Okay, why... Okay, so 117. No, we want... Little Root Town. Still good. Set. Export the save. Alright, and now we're going to load the game back up again. And now we're just going to... There you go. Now it's just like Zergo. And that's all I did. Except for now, I think I can actually look up what my stats are. At any point in time. Ah, no, I can't. Okay. I have to... It's because I'm currently using it. It's fine. So, yeah. Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah, that's the whole reason why I kept saving it periodically and then just copying the save over. It's so I can view it at a future time. And just keep constantly doing that over and over and over again. It does get annoying, though. But it's fine. Kind of wish my attack was a little bit better. This is the whole problem with Brina, though. I felt like Brina was so underpowered because of the fact that it had like 2 attack EVs, and I just felt so bad for it. I literally did. I felt so bad for it. I was like, oh my god, Brina, you're dealing like 1 damage point, and you're burnt, and you have guts. Like, it was so sad. I don't even think Brina had that many good, like, EVs either. Hold on. I don't think you had any good EVs, did you? Oh, that's right. Yeah, now it's in my main drive. I got rid of... Oh, I didn't get rid of the save. I moved it over to the main drive because I don't really need it in the game file. Okay. Draft this. I think it's under the mystery gift because that would be the up-to-date one. Okay, so what was Brina again? Yeah, Brina had decent stats in certain ways you look at it. So here's Brina. While I play the game in the background. So here's Brina. Okay. Brina didn't have that bad of stats. It wasn't terrible. Just look at the attack IVs though. And that's exactly what we're gonna have with Dalios here. And that's my issue with it. Like, we're not gonna have that many good powerhouses. Or Dalios is not gonna be as big of a powerhouse as I think it should be. So what I could do... So what I could do, and I'm going to check to see if I can do this. Oh, we learned water gun and we leveled up. Nice. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check the box in this game here really quick. I'm going to go to box 7. I'm going to go to the encounter table, to the encounter database. Let's do Mudkip again. This is the static encounter. View, set, view, set, and view. Set. Is it always constantly the same? No, it's not. Okay, so I can change it based off of this. Looks like the nature doesn't change though. Is that just like... That's weird. So the nature doesn't change. So we'll keep the nature, because I don't know why it's not changing for this. But what I can do is, like, we can refresh the stats a whole bunch of times just to get a better roll on some stats, right? So we can get this one kind of deal, right? Like where it has like decent stats here kind of thing. I forgot you guys can actually still see it. I didn't actually minimize it. So sorry about that. Yeah. And we also have this one, which looks like it has really god tier stats, and speed being low, that low is not going to be, it's not going to hurt us too much. Or even just like adding these three, then dividing it by 3 kind of thing, just to get the average between the 3. Or even just doing that if I were to play this game like just start the tutorial like 3 times and getting the mudkip. Same idea, right? Like I could just easily just do that, and then we can just take what the average is between all 3, and then that could be our stats. Just for Sapphire. Because for Emerald, we're gonna have a rougher time. Not by much, but we are gonna have a rough time because we started with Zergo for Ruby, and now we're starting off with, in this game, with Balikos, which would be perfect in that game. But we're going to be starting off with what May has, which is Trico, which means that we're not going to have a really good time because, well, for one thing, we're not going to be strong enough. And especially since we're going to be walled off very early on at the 3rd gym. Whereas the Pokemon we have now is dominant in the first 4 gyms, actually, pretty much. Not much in the 2nd gym, but 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 3, and 4. Yeah, we're really good. And there you go. Yeah, I completely forgot I had PKX loaded up and viewing. I thought I minimized it, but I thought I hidden it, but nope. Alright, there we go. Oh, we should probably heal up, actually. Actually, one more Poochyena, then we'll go heal. Yeah, I'm wondering if we should just... Or even if I were to just say, like, we'll take what Zergo's stats are. Actually, what are Zergo's stats? Maybe that might be the answer. I'm not gonna go pick Zergo's stats. Although... I didn't realize this. Zergo's goated. What the... I didn't remember this. These are Zergo's stats. These are like the IVs are untouched. These are what Zergo started off with, and I forgot. Zergo was goated. I forgot about, like, I literally forgot about it. I didn't even think about that. That's Zergo's stats. Oh my god. Can I have Zergo's stats? I don't even think it would be that much of a problem. Like, sure, special defense, we're decreasing it. It's going to be a little bit an issue, but like, oh my, Oh my lord, cube. That is awesome. Like, it's not maxed, so it's not too broken. These are all vanilla values. Yeah, we took down a Bucciana, so I'm just healing up now. So 25, 19, 18, 29 again, 8, and then 30. The 30, I would want to switch it with the special defense, because obviously for Swampert, speed is not really that much of an issue, or speed is not really that much of a huge deal, but in special attack, I mean, if we were in the modern generation, I would wish that was for attack, but because water is special, different story. But health at 25, that's actually really good. Yeah, that's actually really good. Hold on, okay. So that's Zergo. Let me just go put the box. Okay, the one that I grabbed, that is my Dalikos. So this is Dalikos over here. Actually, health is really good already. It's just every other stat is just very weak. Even defense is bad. Yeah, can I have a stat rechecker? What if I just randomize it? Just click one randomize IVs. Just to see. I like this. I like this a lot more. I don't like the health going up to 27. I think that where it was at was fine. What was health at before? 23? I think 23 is that's attack. That's not what I wanted. I think health going to 23 is okay. What's wrong now? Oh, encounter? Wait, what? Oh, right, because this is the static version. I think that this is perfect. Yeah, so this is the static version. That's why it's giving me an issue, because it doesn't recognize it as a normal encounter. If this was an egg, it'd be perfect. It would tell me that there's no issue. 23, 28, 7 for defense. So defense, we're not going to be having too much of an issue. I don't think we have any weaknesses that are physical based in this game. Although I think Swampert's decently physically defensive anyway, so 7's, so we're hardly ever going to see an issue. But special attack at 17, that gives water at least a fair chance of doing something. 10 is okay. Special defense, although we're decreasing it, it's not that bad. Okay, I like this. Okay, so this is good. So this is a strong contender of what I'm looking for. Let's randomize it again. Let's see what we get. I'm going to change health to 23 though before I look at any of the stats, because I think 23 is okay for health. Any more is considered cheating. So let's see here. Honestly, if this is what I got for my normal one, I wouldn't be mad. Honestly, this looks a lot. How different is it compared to this? Yeah, because like everything's at least in the double digits apart from one stat. Yeah, one stat's just not in the double digits, which is better than just like having like only like 3 in the double digits. Yeah. So let's do one more time. Let's see what happens if we randomize again. I'm really curious. 23. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see what we got here. 23 in the HP, yeah, because we just said it that way. 31 attack! I mean, that would be awesome. 7 defense, 10 special attack, 14 special defense, 21 speed. Honestly, I think this one's a knockout. Like, if I would have gotten this one, I'd be like, okay, I literally cheated. Oh, shoot. Did I attack the speed thing? I could just reset. If anything, I'll just try and get the speed EV reducing berry. Either that or I'll just hack it in. Yeah, hack in 1. I know you can get it from the berry master, I think, but it's random. You really want me to stand here for hours trying to get it? Ah. Just hack it in. But that's actually kind of interesting because of these stats. This one feels like it's cheating. 100% already feels like it's cheating. This one is okay. I find this one's pretty balanced. And same thing with the middle one here too. Like the middle one just feels balanced all the way around. Does that mean we're actually going to do it? No. But it's on video, so at least I can remember the numbers. But honestly, I'd pick the middle one if I could. I'd pick the middle one. The stats aren't too high, which means that it's not like too much cheating. How much does all the stats go up by? 15 attack, 7 defense. Special attack stays the same. Special defense goes down by 2, but speed goes up by 12. Honestly, I think that is like probably like the best outcome. It kind of reminds me of like how Infinite Fusion does its fusions, where like you feel like your Pokemon should have better stats, but yet it doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like that's how it is. Okay, when we get to level 11, I'll cap it. Okay. So this will be the experience, will be locked in. Okay. Give me 1 second while I go and copy the save. And I will throw it in the loader, and we will open that file. And I will keep the number on hand of what it currently is at. I can figure out where it's located. Alright, applications. Go to here, and it'll be the first save that's there. Any 2 changes will be lost. Should we load a new file? Yep. Level 11. Perfect. We're almost at 20 in terms of attack EVs. It's pretty cool. Alright, so here's the experience. 760 is not too bad, actually. Okay, so Mudkip. Go current. Copy paste. Go with banked. And then I'll just go like 0 for now. There we go. And that's what it is right now. So all I'll do is I'll just still go with the friendship. So friendship will go up. The EVs will go up. But all the experience will not go up. So friendship goes up to 255 or whatever the cap is, and the EVs are 252 or whatever in the stats that I say that they're gonna be at, then that's fine. I don't see too much of an issue with that. I'll just bank the experience that Delacoste is at when I'm done, and then we'll just leave it at that. So it might be a while before I actually start recording this again. I'll probably give myself a week or something like that in order to do it, because I know that for a fact I'm gonna be way too tired for it. And if I evolve into Marshtomp, it doesn't matter. Like, as I said, we'll still be a Mudkip in the session, so it doesn't matter. Like, it won't matter in the end. Like, even if I'm a Marshtomp right now, who cares? We're just gonna have the normal evolution when that time comes. But I think right now, just leveling up as much as I possibly can and just getting EV totals is pretty good. Now, before anybody says that this is boring, I'm going to tell you this. It is boring. It's not as thrilling as Scarlet and Violet, where I think you can... Not as easily, though. Not as easily. I think you can buy 2 of the power items very early on in the game. And you can easily do 1 Pokemon that way. Where you can use the 2 power items to quickly EV train 1 Pokemon, like 2 Pokemon stats up to 252. Relatively easy in Scarlet and Violet. I think I did that when I was seeing how good Quackquavel was, I think, for the story. And I gotta say, though, it was actually really good. I got Quackquavel to have max attack and speed, I think. And it was pretty easy because I just used the power items for the speed and the attack. And I went and did the normal areas that I do for those, which is the desert area, I think. That's to the... If you look at it from the map, it's to the right of it. And you just fight, I think it's like the Rookie-D's, I think, or something like that. It's either the Rookie-D's or the Chinamunks or whatever the hell they are. Yungoos. That's what it was. You fight those, I think. It's like one of the 2. And then I think I stayed there, and I think that's where I leveled up my speed, because I think Rookie-D was also for speed. Then I just stuck there for a little bit until those 2 were at 252. Then I went back to the first route and then fought the 3 or 4 Pokemon that spawn there that give you health EVs. I did it again. You know what? For speed, that's fine. I'll make sure I won't make that mistake on here again. For speed, that's fine, because at least it gives me a little bit of an advantage. But yeah. Yeah, I think I just used a website that told me like the best locations for it. I think they also had misinformation about the EV reducing berries and where they spawn. Because I think that website told me though that there was only 2 locations where they spawn, and it's because they're separated by a bridge. It's like close to Levincia town, I think, or Levincia city or something like that. So it's like the green hills that are between that and Artesian city, I think, or something like that. The windmill city. Everybody complains that is low frame rate. I honestly never noticed, I think, and everybody was complaining about the Sunfloras. I don't think I had an issue with the Sunfloras. I think I noticed the Sunfloras, but I didn't notice any lag. I think they on purposely slowed down the Sunfloras because of the entities. And I think that's exactly what it is, though. It's an entity limit, right? Because you have to, because you're still in a town, right? So you're loaded into a town that still has NPCs in there, while you're also in a town with all these NPCs. And not only that, you're also trying to look for more entities and move them around with you. I don't remember what the limit of the Sunflora was. Wasn't it 10 or something? It was like 10 or 15. So you yourself are an entity, and I think you can have your Pokemon follow you, I think. So that's another entity, as well as the 15 that you're supposed to run around with. It does make sense though that it would slow down the game in such a way so while Those entities do look like they're very low quality kind of thing, though. It is a technique. It doesn't look good, but it is a technique. I think I saw somebody show off what it looks like with the Switch 2. Not the Sunflora thing, but like the windmill, because the windmill was like what everybody was complaining about. Like it looked so bad because it was so slow. Meanwhile, to me, I'm like, it's a windmill. Who cares? Maybe it's slow winds. Maybe it's slow winds and it's just barely moving. Who knows? Yeah, I don't think I ever had any issues with Scarlet and Violet. I just know like Lag Tree Thicket was like the major area that I got lost in. I don't think I hanged around the lake area that other people were complaining it was very laggy for too long. So it never aggravated me, for lack of a better word, enough that like I just said, oh, I hate this area. I think Lag Tree Thicket was the one, because I think there was like a lot of things that were spawning there, or there was a lot of things that kept bringing me back there. I think it was either Pokemon or something like that. I think it was either Pokemon or it was like items or something like that. I don't remember. There was like something that kept bringing me back there, and I was just like, okay, I hate this area. And then I didn't come up with the name. I think I heard it from somebody from a different video or something like that, somebody calling it that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna adopt that. I like that. So then I just called it Lag Tree Thicket. I don't think Kitakami had areas like that though. I think it just had very bland areas. It's sort of like the sort of like a children's coloring book where somebody tries to put in tries to make the character look nothing like the original source material, but puts like a whole bunch of colors hoping that it works. The only thing that was missing, I think, was the lava. Just have like a lava area just for no reason. And then you sealed it, right? Like you had to put lava in there. See, the thing... See, I say that, but like, I think there was... I think the... See, I think the not Crown Tundra, the Indigo Disc was literally the children's coloring book idea that I just said, but like the reason that is not as like too much of an issue was the fact that like that area was meant to look like that though. It's like a biodome. It's meant to have that. It's meant to have different biomes catered to certain Pokemon. So it's been scientifically engineered to have those sort of areas. Whereas for Kitakami, it's all natural. So that's where I thought it was weird. That it has these certain features that feel like they're alien to what it should be. That's my opinion though. I'm not saying it's truth. I'm just saying it's my opinion. So if you thought the same thing, hey, we're thinking on the same wavelength. But if you're not, that's fine. That's your opinion. But that's how I was thinking of it, and I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Actually, I want to find Lotad ones. I want to find Lotad ones. So the last half hour, I'll just go try and find a Lotad. But yeah, like, I think that, like, I liked Kitakami. I haven't seen anything for anything, like, I haven't seen, like, a lot of people play with the Switch 2 for it. I think I've seen one person, when they got the Switch 2, they decided to do the whole Pecha Runt story. And it was clean, everything was, like buttery smooth kind of thing. Like, you can tell there was some kind of overhaul done in the background or something like that. because everything is like running at like 60 FPS kind of thing compared to like the 30 and lacking of the of that frame rate. So I gotta say though that the improvements are there. It's just so surprising to me that like when I first got my Switch, okay, when I first got my first Switch, which I don't have anymore, I've had 3 Switches. The first one's gone. Second one is my current one that I use for recording, and my third one is my homebrew one, which I did use to back up all my saves physically. Well, not physically, but like locally. And all I gotta say to that is that like between all 3 of them kind of thing, I liked all 3, but like for the Switch 2, it feels like it is the version that we've always wanted since the early days kind of thing. So my first Switch was, I don't want to say it's a 2019 model because that doesn't make sense, but that is when I got it. Was in 2019. It was right after I think Let's Go came out, because it was November, but I'm trying to think, was Let's Go out before I got it, or was it like, did I get my Switch before or after it came out? Or maybe I got it the same day, I don't know. But I got it in 2019. And I remember reading up a bunch of information after I got my Nintendo Switch, after I was playing Let's Go Eevee, which I thought was way better than Let's Go Pikachu. I got sick and tired of Pikachu, so I went with Eevee because I thought Eevee was a lot better. So I was doing a lot of research for the Nintendo Switch at that time. Now a lot of that information is now outdated because of the OLED version, and of course the improved battery life of the version that I currently use, and of course the Switch 2, right? But at the time, Bluetooth was never actually fully usable. It was only usable for the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons. And I was like, well, that's kind of silly. And then even like the micro SD card slot. I don't know. And I've said this before. I think I've said it during Crown Tundra or something like that, or some of my Nintendo Switch stuff. I don't know when I said it. And I'll keep saying it until it starts to make sense. I don't know how you can judge it because those cards didn't exist. So I don't know how you can say that. But I heard when the Switch came out in 2017, I think, or something like that, the Nintendo Switch can have a micro SD card that can hold 2 terabytes of data. It was rated that it can do that. But no matter how far I looked, there wasn't an SD card of that size. I think the limit I saw was like 512 or 256 or something like that gigs. And I was like, okay, how can you rate that? Like, how can you say that your thing can run that if it's not even out on the market for somebody to be able to get a hold of? Unless there is a way. I think last time I checked, now there's like a 1.5 terabytes. I think, there's like 1.5 terabytes. Maybe they finally increased it. I'll go check. I think so. I think it was like 1.5 terabytes. Yeah, so they have a 1.5 terabytes one. Obviously, the version that I use for my Switch, which is the Nintendo Switch approved one that they have, don't get that one. That's just a waste of money. I did it because, you know, for one time, I'll just get it. But I'm never getting it again. It's not worth it. $130 for it. Oh, but it's actually 150 bucks. That is a good deal. Just to put it in perspective, I used to use a Samsung. I used to use a Samsung micro SD card that everywhere I looked, every website, everything recommended it, and I just killed the Zigzagoon. Okay. Everybody recommended this Samsung one for whatever. Like it was the one that was recommended from like a lot of these reputable websites, the whole works. Everybody recommended it to anybody who wanted to get their Nintendo Switch, like to have like the best speeds for games and stuff like that. This was like the one to go with, and that's what I chose. And then when they came out with, I think I spent $60, I think, on it. Yeah, I think it was like $60. Now I'm gonna compare that to current price. So it might not be too much. I apologize. But to anybody who lives in the States, that is about $43 in, I want to say 2020. I want to say in 2020. So to me, that was a huge deal. So I got it. And then later on, they came out with a 512 of the same one, same speed, same everything, but double the capacity. So I was like, you know what? This 256 is very bad because I'm buying all my Nintendo Switch games digitally because I don't really care for the cartridge that much. So you know what? I'm going to go for it. So I think it was like $100, I think, for it. So I ended up doing that. I ended up, for double the price, and it's for almost double the price, you're getting double the capacity. Who cares, right? So I put $100 to it, got a 512, and I used the 512 forever. Until I think 2 years later, where I had to start uninstalling games because all the other games were starting to weigh too much on my Nintendo Switch, so I got rid of it. So then I think I got a 1 terabyte. Did I get a 1 terabyte SanDisk thing first? Or a normal one before I got the Nintendo Switch one? I'm trying to remember if I did. No, I think I got the Nintendo Switch one, I think, after, because I just wanted to have one that I could just have all my games on it and then just call it a day. And then that's exactly what I did. I got the 100, I got the 1 terabyte one. I think it was like $200 or something. It was like $180 or something like that. And I was like, you know what? That's a deal, especially since like what I paid for. And then like if I would have waited, I think like a year later, I could have gotten a 1.5 terabyte for around the same price. And that has higher speeds. And I was just like, what the heck? So I just said, yeah, I'm not even gonna go for that. But I do gotta say though, if I were, but I gotta say though, like if I really wanted to, I would definitely grab this and put it on my Switch. I'm kind of curious though, is there a 2 terabyte micro SD card that is from a reputable, thing? Apparently SanDisk has one. When was this released? Because I find that hard to believe. Team Group has one. I hope they have a Pro one. $400 for that? Is that a 1 terabyte? Okay, I searched for 2 terabytes and I got 1 terabyte. Oh, I'm guessing that one's a no-name brand. Silicon Power 1 terabyte? It might not be. I like how it has to say it's compatible with the Nintendo Switch. It's like technically any micro SD card is compatible with Nintendo Switch. It just depends on how well it works. Yeah, it just looks like... When was this one released then? This one seems too good to be true. That's all it is. It looks like... Because it's like double the price. Double the price for double the capacity of a 1 terabyte one that's also in the extreme. Oh Okay, now I know why it costs so much. It's got decent speeds. Hold up. Up to 240 megabyte read speeds. And what's the write speeds at? It does not say read. Oh. Or write speed, sorry. 140 megabyte write. Ooh. That's pretty cool. So for $300, you can get this too. When was this released? Released. Date first available, 2024. I like how they always come out with a new one in September. That's what happened with the 1.5 terabyte one. It was released in September. It was September, I think, 2022, I think, or 2023, one of the two. 2023, September 22nd is the same day. Oh, they waited about a week before they're like, you know what, let's release the 2 terabyte one. We'll wait a year and about 6 days, and then we'll release. And we'll release the 2 terabyte version. And that's exactly what happened. They waited for 2 weeks or a week after, and then they gave it out. Or not gave it out, but they sold it. But it's got decent speeds. So 140 write, 240 read. That's not too bad. The Nintendo Switch is like about 100 each way. And this is not just saying like, oh, it's only for Nintendo Switch, right? It's good for all devices. Dude, I would probably throw this in my phone if I could. Like as a micro SD card, yeah, I would throw this in my phone. Because that would be awesome. Because then my phone would be my drive. I'm joking. I don't think I would actually end up doing that. But definitely not for $400 or just getting a 2 terabyte one. If I'm going to throw about... Well, it's $266, so about $300. If I was going to throw that, how much was that hard drive I was looking at? It was like an 8 terabyte hard drive I was looking at. Oh, it's about the same price. So instead of $266, $22 added to that, that's how much it is. But is it... Okay, that's not from them, though. That's not, like, from the place I was looking at. There was one that I was like, it was cheaper prices than what they were actually selling it for. And I'm like, what? I could also just go for a different one that has cache. What about this one? Does it have cache? Oh, it also has cache. Oh, but this one has a low RPM. That's why. A low RPM. And the one that I'm looking for, or the one I'm looking at, is all about gaming, because that's what it says. It's a gaming internal hard drive. I mentioned this in, I think it was like gold or silver, but I was in a whole fix of getting a NAS, and I still am. I'm still looking into it. I'm looking into it for personal reasons as well as for videos as well. The reason why I'm looking into it instead of like just throw all my money at it is because I'm trying to wonder if I should just get a DIY case of it so I build my own, or get one that has already been built. You just need to slide in your hard drives in there and just call it a day. Because those ones, apart from the first one I found that I liked, which was like $130 I think or something like that, which is a good deal, by the way. There's other ones that are made with more reputable companies, I would say. I don't know if you want to call them reputable, but like I feel like they are more commonplace, sort of like how Western Digital is like a hard drives company kind of thing, like, and SanDisk is a micro SD card company, like that kind of thing. And Samsung's sort of all over the place, but you know what I mean? Like those, I feel like are reputable companies where somebody can actually. So if you go, I have a Samsung like like an SSD. Like I have a Samsung SSD, and you go, oh yeah, I heard those were really good, right? Then if you say, oh, I got a Silicon Valley SSD card, people go, what? Like, I've never heard of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like how I feel like this one is. Like it's like sort of those like weird one-off Amazon type of like things. Whereas the other one that I was looking at, which I think could actually be what I was actually curious of, was an Asus store, which I thought was was sort of like it's like a side to Asus, but no, it's actually different. And they have a cool NAS that is kind of what I'm looking for, because not only does it store hard drives, but it also has an M.2 SSD sort of used as like the boot drive for it, as well as using it as cache data. So how the cache actually does work though is like if you load up a file, it'll actually save it to the cache. So if you need to use that file again, you'll be able to get to that file faster than you were before. And that's how the cache, from my basic understanding, works. Right? So I thought that would be perfect, especially for video editing, or at least for video cataloging, or something like that. Not that I actually use videos, but same idea, right? Same premise. But the price for the devices themselves, like even if I were to get the one that's like just as good as the $130 one that I found, it's still an arm and a leg. So either I pay for, or either I spend $130 on the one that I was looking at, or I spend $700 on the machine itself. And that doesn't come with drives. That's just the case itself, with all the internal hardware enough to run it. And I'm just like, oh my god. And then there was like another one that I was looking at that is a build your own, where for $300 I think you can get the case that's designed to be a NAS, and all you got to do is you can just implant your old computer and use that as your NAS. And I thought that one looks like a really good idea. That looks like a really good investment. But in order for me to take full advantage of that, I would have to figure out what my current PC is now. So would this one right here be perfect for that? Or would something else be perfect? And that's where I don't know. So I might go to a forum and I might see like what is the different cases, right? Because that's how I feel, right? I do feel like the NAS would be ideal for me because the drive itself doesn't need to be connected to my computer. I want one that is always at home, that I can access at any point, as long as I'm at home, obviously. And then I have another version that is portable, which I will put it in an SSD as soon as I get a chance to get the SSD. Then that one will be the more portable-ish option, which I find would be the best case scenario in my opinion. So that way though, I can use the SSD for any purpose that I need outside of home. And then when I get home, just sync them up. And that's another thing that I'm trying to do as well, is like, can I have it so though, like, I can sync them? Because it would be kind of weird if you can't sync them, right? So like if I change, let's say, a file name or something else, right? Or let's say I change some data inside a text document, something like that. Can I tell the software, hey, sync them both, right? Either that or I just go in and do whatever. Although the other thing I was thinking of doing was having sort of a permissions-based thing, or having a user sort of like name thing. So each hard drive, let's say, has a username tied to it. So each drive has like a username attached to it. So let's say the first one will be mine, the second one, like for my personal stuff or whatever, the second one can be for my video stuff, and then the third one can be like for my parents or something like that, or something like that, right? And then have the extra one be the backup, so it's in a RAID system, right? So that if one craps out kind of thing, you can have the other one take over from that. But like have it as a user thing. So like if you want to access your data, it asks for your username and password. And so when you try to access the drive, it'll tell you, hey, what's the username and password? So if you go, oh, my username is this and my password is this, then you access your drive, right? So you'll only see, let's say, 8 terabytes of data. So you're not going to see the whole collective. You're only going to see the 8 terabytes. That would be a really cool system, and that would be something that I am looking for, because that kind of system would be very fortunate for me, because I actually get to do a lot of crazy stuff with that. And then the other thing I was looking at, which I find is just going to bankrupt me, is looking for one that is just all M.2 SSD. I was looking into that and I was like, that's going to bankrupt me, because M.2 SSDs are very expensive, and even if you go for any of the 4 terabyte ones that I think are out, yeah, I think there's like 4 terabyte ones that are out. They're about $400, okay. So the one that I'm looking at right now that actually has the 12 M.2 SSD array, it has 12 slots for them, okay? So let's say we get 4 of the one that I was looking to get for the that I was gonna get for my portable usage kind of thing. So let's go see if I can find that one real quick, so I can get the accurate price of right now. So I can get the accurate price of it right now. I think it was this one, right? Was it that one? Okay, we'll say it's this one. Go with the... Can I look at the last price it had? Can I look at the last price it had? No, I can't look at the last price it had. That's so sad. Why can't I look at the last price it had? Ew, that's an ugly looking NAS. Hold on, where is the... Didn't it say I can look at prices? Where is the prices? I'm confused. It said like I could look at prices. It said like there was different options. What? It said there was like 30 offers or whatever. Okay, I'll just take the one that it says. Okay, so $400. Okay, so $395. We'll just round it up to 400 because we gotta pay for tax over here. So if I take the calculator, because I'm not doing this calculation, I am sweating. It's hot in here. So 400 times 12, right? Yeah, 400 times 12. And then plus whatever it takes to go and end up buying that case, which is 1,100 as well. So $1,100. That is close to $6,000. And that is to say that I can have 2 as backup, so in case any of them failed. 2 can take over. 1 is for boot drive, so 1 is just to boot, which might not even be a 4 terabyte one. I might just leave that one as 512 or something like that, because that makes sense for, I would believe, for a NAS, even, especially just for the operating system. 512 or even 256, perfect. But that's my opinion on that. And just have one of those as like a backup, just in case the other one dies. So we'll say 4 is for backup and operating system. So one's One's operating system, one's a backup for the operating system, and then 2 are backup for the rest of the list. So that leaves you with 8. So you would have to buy 10 of them. So that would be about $4,900. Because I'm not gonna go look up for a terabyte or 2 terabyte or whatever. But it's gonna. I'm gonna say the last time I checked for a 1 terabyte, which was supposed to be going for Monolith, was about $100. So we'll say about $5,100 instead. That's still a lot of money to throw for a NAS unit. That's close to what I wanted specifically to upgrade Monochrome to be more so into the current generation kind of thing. Like, that's insane. I just want to find Lotad. We're about at the time limit anyway. Yeah, we're about at the time limit anyway. Wormpull, perfect. I still need to fight Wormpull, so you know what? This is actually ideal. But that's the thing, though, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to look for. Is I'm trying to look out for that. So I want to see if there is a method, or if there is a way that I can just. You're joking! I just found a routes in the first, and it's got trace too. I just want to find the Lotad right now. You can catch everybody else later. Lotad! Because this should be special defense. And I just wanted to show him off. And I want to see how much experience he gives, because apparently he gives a lot of experience. 42? That's not that bad. I just wanted to show him off once. But I thought he was a rare encounter. Obviously, it's not that rare if I just found him almost immediately as soon as I started searching. Anyway. But, like, that's kind of the things that I've been trying to figure out behind the scenes. And I just used that. And I took it down in one shot. My word, man. I'm gonna have to, like, spawn in that berry. I gotta figure out what berry that is, though. I'll spawn it in, but we won't access... Okay. I'll spawn in the berry, but we can't use it until we get to a point into the game in which I can actually naturally use it. So if I can only use it after, let's say, the 4th gym, or 5th gym technically, because I think it's surf to get to the guy, then that's exactly what we'll do. But if there is a chance I can get it before then we'll just say we got it then. Because, like, this is pretty much the boring part of this. And while I could just give myself a Macho Brace, where it would actually speed up the EV training, that's not what we do here. But again, like, that's kind of what I've been thinking around behind the scenes kind of thing. While I'm having videos being rendered and stuff like that, is like I'm trying to do as much research as I can on this stuff kind of thing. And even then, I'm still like constantly doing research over other things as well. Like making sure that my PC can actually run games efficiently. Like right now, I'm having issues with Pal World, or Pal World for some odd reason is lagging more than it should. And yet I don't understand why it's doing that. Like all of a sudden a new update comes out and for some reason my computer now is struggling to play the game. Like that doesn't make any sense. And not only that, one thing that I'm definitely going to do, and this will be probably for future playthroughs kind of thing, or even just the current playthroughs even. We'll see how it works with the current playthroughs. If it goes really well, then it'll be the new standard for right now. Until I can get things rolling with the major thing. So, I've already been tipping my toes into this topic, and since there is now going to be a major issue that I have with one of the series, is it's not with the game itself, it's not with the series itself, it's with the publisher of the game and how they're presenting things now, that I'm now changing how I'm going to be doing it now. So in that respect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record that game when I build my new PC that was already in the works for a really long time. It's been taking a back burner each and every time because life happens. And now I am just trying to get enough so that I can get that done and out of the way. Meanwhile, I still have to upgrade my audio setup and all that other such stuff. So it's like, it's just gonna happen. But the one thing that I want to sort of take away from all this, pretty much, or that I want everybody that's watching is to take away from, is that I'm still trying to get that done. But the idea that is present is that I'm going to do all my recordings, or I'm going to play the games on the new PC, which has been nicknamed Monolith because it's a vertical PC and not a horizontal PC like everybody else is used to, or not like a typical PC, it's a vertical one. So that's why I named it Monolith, because it's more height than anything else. But the thing with this PC is, like, while it will be it's mostly supposed to be in use, like, it's mostly supposed to be used when I'm editing, or while my Monolith PCs or monochrome PC is used for rendering videos. If I need to do stuff with Minecraft or with Enderroll or whatever, or what have you, right? Like, if I need to go work on something kind of thing, and meanwhile my main PC that I do it all with is preoccupied with rendering videos or something else along those lines, I need to make sure that I can actually do that stuff. So that's what this PC was supposed to be. It was supposed to take away not the excuse, for lack of a better word, the excuse that, like, I can't work on, let's say, I can't work on my Oblivion mod because videos need to be rendered. Then people can point and go, don't you have another PC? It's like, yes, I do. I do have Cube, or Lord Cube, as I like to call it, that one doesn't have a lot of the same software. And not only that, though, it's not connected to a monitor. Because while I do have a switch for it to be switched like that, that's not what Cube is supposed to be for. Cube's original purpose was supposed to replace this computer, which I'm currently using right now. It was supposed to replace this current PC for the gaming content. That's what it was designed for. That's what its whole purpose was. And then when the graphics card that I was looking into at first, price skyrocketed, Cube looked like it was never going to be finished. So I went with an easy answer. I went and grabbed the cheapest but not too cheap graphics card. It was like $400 at the time, in I think it was 2020. Which is also a really interesting thing. So throughout 2019 is when Monochrome was being built. It was slowly being built, but it was still being built nonetheless. It got finished in, I think it was September. Was it September 2020? Yeah, I think it was September 2020. And that's when Monochrome was done, I think. Was it then? The only thing that I need to confirm is when I got the hard drives, because I got the 2 hard drives I use after that, but I think that was about it. Then I got the Elgato, and then I was happy for the most part. And then this computer has never seen an upgrade until a year ago, where a friend of mine just gave me their old RAM, which is like double the capacity and also is like slightly better than my old one. It's the same speed as Cube's, but it's just double the capacity. So instead of 16, which was I think common when I built, or it was like way too powerful for like the current age of that or whatever kind of thing. Like I was told like 16's pretty good, like that'll get you very far. And then now I have a game that's like, oh, 32 or I won't work properly. It's like, what? Maybe it's because I undervolted. Maybe that's what it is. I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, I was just so surprised that like Monochrome took that long, and then like Cube took like half the time, because majority of the parts, the case even, was really cheap. The case was like $90, and then like I didn't go for the cheap pieces, okay? I didn't go for the cheap parts because they were cheap. I went with the cheap parts because, first of all, Cube wasn't as flexible as this PC right here. Cube is a very small PC, and it's adorable because it's literally like a cube, so I thought it was really adorable. Cube, when you turn it off and turn it back on again, the fan is really loud. That's probably the only thing I hate about it, is the fan, and the fact that I have not finished the SSD array for it, because it's supposed to have 4. It's 3. Because the one SSD that I was supposed to get, price keeps fluctuating. And of course, it waits till I have already expended my spending money, and then it goes, oh yeah, we're gonna drop down to a really good price. And it's like, okay. Then I wait till I get more money, then it's like, oh yeah, we're at the highest price you'll find. And it's like, seriously? Or it's like out of stock because it was at a low price. It's like, are you kidding me? And then it waits till I don't have money. It's the same thing with Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Like, it goes on sale when I can't buy it, and then when I buy it, it's like, oh, we're not on sale anymore. And the one time I caught it on sale and I had money to buy it, mind you, I had money before it was on sale. I saw it on sale, and Epic Games gave me a coupon, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go use it on this game. Denied. We don't accept your card. Excuse me? Yeah, we don't accept your card. Okay. First chance, Steam got the same game on sale. I bought it on Steam, and Steam accepted my card. Sorry. You chose to not accept my card. You don't get my business. Sorry. I'll still happily collect the free games every Thursday, but that's it. That's all I'll do. I just finished playing one of the games that I wanted to play on it, and I'm happy. But that's it. And I thought that was, and that's the whole thing with the channel, though, right? Like, I'm trying to do so much with so little time that, like, I barely even have enough, like, time to even think for myself. And the only time I get is about 2 times a week. Before something else in my life has to occupy my time. And without going too personal about it, kind of think, like, that's kind of like what happens. Like, I'm not gonna sit here talk about my life kind of thing. Like, that's not what I'm gonna do with my channel. But that's exactly why I can't just, like, sit here and say, oh yeah, I do spend 24 hours working on videos. No, I have very limited time to do that, as well as be able to do my like lifely duties kind of thing, right? Like, I can't do that. And like, if I could do YouTube full-time kind of thing and like take a few things off my list of things that need to be done, sure, then yes, I could definitely do it. But I know for a fact that my channel is not going to get that successful overnight. It's not going to happen. And right now, the only push that I'm trying to make is to try and get the membership thing so it can offload some of that burden at least. Even though I can't promise anything for that. Because unless the option that I wanted to do is actually there, but nobody's using it that way, then that's fine. Because if that's there, then I can do what I said I was going to do. Which was that anybody who is a member of the channel, when I do get that unlocked, will be able to see videos a week ahead of everybody else. That's it. That's all you're going to get. Because that's all I can really say. It's the same reason why I can't do Patreon and stuff like that. Like, I would love to do like a GoFundMe or Patreon thing or whatever, what have you, right? But like, what can I do for tiers? Like, that's the thing I can't like promise. Because everything that I can promise, it's like, but that doesn't feel rewarding enough. Like, if I were to say, hey, you get to see videos a week ahead of everybody else, it's like what? Like, that defeats the purpose. Then it's like, oh, if you want to see your perks, you have to go to the Patreon page and have like the one tier or whatever that I have for that. And if you want this or that kind of thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, right? And that's why I can't say that I can make a Patreon and do that stuff, right? Like, it's not something that I can cement down. Like, I can actually, like, put all my cards on the table for the Patreons. Like, I can't do that. And even if I could do that, it doesn't feel feasible for my channel. Like, it doesn't feel like something that would be sustainable. And I think right now, even the channel is not really doing so well. At least it's not on the rise anymore, I think. Yeah. It's not really changing much. But yeah. But like, as I said though, like, I can't go so far as to do stuff for the channel though. And there's only two things that would actually make me drop YouTube as of current time. Is that my life outside of YouTube gets too much for me to handle because I'm trying to juggle YouTube as well as it. I have to drop something. I have to drop YouTube. But that's the thing though, is that I don't want to do that though, but that is why I try to record a huge chunk before I need to worry about it. That is actually why. So though, like, you're not getting that drop, right? And the second thing that's also something that I wanted to make sure that's very much like on the table as well is that like, if something does happen though, like, there won't be any way for me to sustain the channel anyway. So that might be another thing that I might do. Like, I might run out of videos that I want to do. And while I can, and I don't want to play a game and go like, oh, I can record this and then drop the game and then play the game while recording. Because I feel like, then what's the point of me playing games then? If all I think of is like, you know what, this would make great content. I want to play this game, but I want to play it with content. That's how I felt about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That, like, I like the game, I like the way it looks, I want to play it, but I want to record it instead. And the idea was that I was going to buy it on release, and then that never took. And then I was going to wait until it was on Steam, I think, because I think it was an Epic only thing. And then when it came on Steam, I couldn't buy it, so I held off on it. And then that cycle kept on repeating over and over again. I was gonna buy it, then something took over, then I couldn't do it, and then the cycle kept repeating. Until the one day where I just said, you know what? I'm done with this cycle. and then I chose to submit to it. But that's all I can say for the most part, though, is that like my channel is not in the state, and I'm not trying to be like ungrateful or anything like that. Like, it's not the state I want it to be in. It should be higher. It should be way higher. I should have like 20 million subscribers by now. It's like, no, I'm not trying to be that kind of person, though. But like, this growth has always been like at a good, very steady pace, and I actually enjoy that. Obviously, if my channel blew up because of a video, obviously it would feel a little bit overwhelming, but I don't see too much. Well, I shouldn't say like I don't see it happening. It's more so that like I don't think that would deviate too much from my channel's original purpose, which was just me just having fun, playing games, doing the way that I do, and doing it the way that how I want to do it. And I just ran away from Poochyena instead of getting the attack EVs. Because I've seen too many Poochyenas and Wingles. Stop. I get it, Poochyena's only 30%, but still. Stop spawning it. I want to see what's how far we've gotten. I know speed is going to be like near close to 10 by now. But yeah. But as I said though, like I don't want to make like promises or obligations that like I don't know if I can be able to follow through. And we're already pretty close to having this channel being ran for 5 years now, and it's like I don't see that ever changing. And then for 2026, we're getting a sort of a refresh. We're seeing if this new system will actually be more beneficial for the channel because of how YouTube works, or will it be the death of the channel? I don't think it will. I think it'll be easier on me for first of all, and right now it's only temporary. It's only going to be for 2026. But I will say though that like I'm going to be good, like as I've said before, and as I'm gonna say it probably forever, and even during the special, the idea right now is like I just want to have a year where I don't have to nearly work, well, not really work, that I nearly need to worry about the channel, like worried about getting the 8 videos for this because I ran out, or worried about getting the 8 videos for end roll because I ran out. And then I need to do it. It's like, no, I still have like 2 months to worry about that, like that kind of thing. Like it's gonna be that slow, but like I have time to work on that, right? So there'll be a schedule and everything else. So it'll be fine. So again, I don't see too much of an issue with it. I think that it'll just take some time getting used to it, and again, it's only going to be for 2026 unless something happens. So the only way that this becomes cemented is the channel growth is decent towards where the channel is currently. So I'm going to say about 90 subscribers. So if we get 90 subscribers in, let's say, the first month of 2026, it's a done deal. It's sold. Like it's already earned its value, pretty much. Even if it takes till August or September or something like that, it's still earned its value. Because I've uploaded less and not have to pull my hair out kind of situation, and I still got the same amount of subscribers as I would normally. And you know what though? I can actually feel confident in recording again instead of like just rushing, go like, hi, I ran out of videos. So I have to record 8 videos of this. It's like, no, like I can just be very chill about it, and maybe I can record everything before summer so I don't have to worry about the heat. I can stop complaining about the fact that I have an air conditioner in here that like I can't turn it on because it's too loud for the microphone. If the cold air was vented into the room, it would be a different story. But like, no, the air conditioner's in here. I can turn it on right now. Actually, you know what? I'll do that at the end. I'll turn it on so you guys can hear it. I'll do it. Just in case people don't believe me that it's actually really loud. It is. It's really loud. And it gets really cold. Like, because it's blowing towards the desk. That's just where it has to be so that it blows the hot air out of the room. Because of where it's positioned, it would have to either be facing me, where I am right now, out of the desk, or it has to be facing to the like facing the desk for it to blow the cold air into the room. Like, that's how it works. And it's like, and I feel so weird because I'm sitting in a hot room, or I'm sitting in my room, or in this room, in the summer, and I'm wearing a sweater because the air conditioner is blowing cold air at me. And it's like, what? Like, that seems so strange to me. Yeah, you know what? Last minute, I'll go turn it on. We'll see. Should probably get the remote. It'll help me cool off as well, so that's good. All right. Turn it on. There you go, it's turned on now. So the microphone did pick it up. I'll make it so it doesn't swing. There you go. Yeah, so instead of it going like raising the cold air up and down kind of thing, I have it locked into place. I'm guessing it's a position that it was in was blowing towards the microphone, so I apologize for that part. But yeah. I can already feel the cold air, and I already want to put on the sweater. But yeah, but if you guys don't hear this kind of thing, like I might check in the recording kind of thing, and if you guys don't hear this, I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this because I actually need the cold air in here. I find that it's too loud, but maybe it's just because of the position of the microphone, and that's why it was loud. Because when I tested it, I heard it. I heard it. It was a small murmur, but it was there. And I think to me, I think I went, you know what, that's too loud. And then I took it up, and I took it. I didn't take down the portable, like the air conditioner. I just literally just said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to do it. And you can't force me to do it. Then I gasp in heat. I think that's why I think in one of the end roll sessions, I said, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go turn it on just so it cools off for like 5 minutes, and then we'll turn it back on. Then we'll turn it off, and then we'll continue, and then I regretted turning it on and turning it back off. I only had a half an hour left, so it was okay, but like, it was too much. Alright, what is this? Zigzagoon? Alright, so that's gonna be it. Actually, I want to see how far we've gotten in terms of the EVs. So let's go. Save this. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we got here before we turn it off, because I'm just going to leave this air conditioner running. I'm just going to turn it to swing mode on. Then we're going to open up this. Oh, nope. Wrong thing. There you go. 70 attack. That sounds about right. And so the one special defense that's here is because of the low tad. And if you're wondering why I didn't just defeat that in Ruby, I'm going to tell you this. Lotad isn't in Ruby. It's C dot. And C dot drops defense, which isn't what I wanted. So obviously that wouldn't work for me. And this speed, I'll see what the berry is. I'll spawn in one. I think it's tomato berry. I think it's the tomato berry. I'll try and find if there's a legitimate way of doing it, and then we'll try and get it that way. If we can't get it legitimately, I'll just spawn one in, and then we'll just use that one. I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm still gonna do what I said I was gonna do. This is gonna be 252. So I'll show you what the end result is gonna look like. That's what it's gonna look like at the end. That's what the stats will look like at the end of the day. So the reason why I want to do it is special defense is to kind of help around with defense, especially against our one weakness, which is grass. I don't expect us to be able to do much with it, but it's there. 192 HP will allow us to survive a lot of hits, so that's why that's there. And 252 attack is because if we do get up to it, if we do get a chance to attack, we're just gonna start one-shotting things as much as possible, despite the fact of having one IV in attack. And that's about it. So next time, these two will have the proper stats. These two won't, because obviously, because of this, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. So I'll see you guys next time for some more Pokemon Sapphire.